Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to return just for a moment to that January 10th, 2017 memo from the Borrower Defense Unit Undersecretary Ted Mitchell, who was a top lieutenant of former Secretary of Education John King. I just want to point out, while this memo was written before you took office, it serves as a fundamental transition memo between administrations. And I have the benefit of sitting next to a former secretary who assured me that there are meetings and a briefing book and letters. So I just think that it would be vital for you and your department to read what you inherited, especially since you were saying there was no plan. And, in fact, there was a plan, as this memo indicated. We operate in a country where
there was not a process.
That wasn't a question.
I'll continue.
We operate in a country where we have peaceful transitions of power, and it's understood that we've changed from administration to administration. And then just the last thing I'd say before I move on to my questions is that it's been suggested by my colleagues on more than one occasion that I don't understand. This I understand. Everything about these hearings I understand. So Secretary DeVos, in March, you told Senator Murray that, and I quote, the department had decided to move forward with processing the department had decided to move forward with processing denials while awaiting the court's decision regarding the borrower's defense partial relief methodology. It turns out, in fact, that your department has been sitting on approximately 18,000 denial claims. My question is, why would the department purposely not inform borrowers that their claims had been denied?
First of all, the claims are ineligible, and we decided not to release a whole bunch of them early before we were able to implement this new methodology, because we didn't want to concern students that had pending applications that perhaps this was going to be the case for everyone. So while we could reach the conclusion and reach the decision for a number of them, we intentionally did not want to, I think, concern students with pending applications, because there are many pending applications that will have relief.
I got it. But don't you think that a borrower who has no chance of getting forgiveness should be told their status? Is it unfair for borrowers to be waiting up to 4 years for a resolution when some of them may have in fact already been denied? The institutions have closed, they're losing access to critical documents, the interest is building up. Is there any, political reason for doing that so as the number of denials would not be increased? If you have the information.
We were concerned about the message that it would send to pending students with valid applications, and so that was the reason.
But wouldn't a student want to know if they're waiting for a decision? It's been 4 years and a decision has already been made that their application was denied.
I'm sure all students want to know, and that's why we are really focused on trying to get this new methodology fully implemented, and frankly have been very disappointed that the court has not opined on our appeal to the previous methodology.
But the court has not prevented you from informing students of denials. Is it not true that in a sworn declaration filed last month in court that Principal Deputy Undersecretary Diane Hour-Jones stated that the department did not want to notify borrowers about the denials because of concerns about the public perception of the process?
Again, just what I said, we did not want students with pending applications to somehow think that their application was not going to have any chance of approval or of relief. And so now that we have the new methodology, it's kind of a moot point, actually. We are well underway with processing again, and we will be able to inform borrowers, hopefully many of them very quickly, with regard to the status of their application.
To me, this looks like a political decision because you aren't approving any claims. It would look bad if you were ratcheting up the denial rates, if the approvals were flat and the denials were up. So instead, you're just sitting on everything to keep better optics at the cost of students who just want a resolution. I'll ask again, if you know a borrower does not have a valid claim or that he has been denied for other reasons, what is the benefit of sitting on that information and not sharing it with the student?
I would like to refer us to Exhibit 6, which demonstrates the percentage of claims that had relief.
I'm
under the
talking about the
previous-
claims that you know are denied.
I'm talking about the history of the claims that we were able to process before the court stopped us, and compare that to the percentage of claims that the previous administration, and they were consistent. You will see 62%, 62%, and so we have continued to
My time has expired. I have to yield back. I'm sorry.